Hey there.
Hello.
Welcome to the first episode of the pod, where we are going to be talking about life, death, pop culture, opinions, fashion, parties, boys, girls, drugs, all of the above. And you're going to get to be witness to some of our kooky faggotry.
Okay. And so we're going to start off with the list of things that we wanted to go over.
So I want to start off by when I opened up the little note app to say like what we were going to talk about today. All it said on the note was, "Don't worry, I'm not doing drugs tonight." From the other night when I famously did ecstasy half an hour later. I thought that was a little bit ironic. Really encapsulates my energy.
And my energy is meeting someone for the first time, and all my morals go out the window. No, just kidding. But how was that experience? How was your?
It was kind of mid, if I'm gonna be honest. It was fun. I mean, ecstasy is never a boring time, but would not like put it as one of the top 10 if I'm gonna be honest.
And you also did it with a special guest.
With your Tinder date, who I did end up going home with.
So basically, what happened? I was gonna meet somebody. I wasn't like crushing on them. But I was supposed to meet someone. I met them. But before I met them, I met somebody else, you know, fate. And I ended up just hanging out with them while my friend here was hanging out with my Tinder date. But it was okay, because, you know.
We all
everyone was fulfilled. We were both busy.
We were both busy. Some of us were busier than others.
Some of us are busier with our hands than others.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And busier into later in the night. Although I will say, the guy I was talking to did not have a girlfriend, which is a...
Ooh. Okay, but to be fair, I found that they had a girlfriend after the fact. You know, that we got a little kissy.
A little kissy.
A little kissy. Did I continue hanging out with them after that? That was my bad. But I didn't have the bad intentions. Like I wasn't like, I'm gonna, you know, do anything else. Like I was just chatting.
Yeah. But like you said, you meet someone cute and moral is out the window.
It's not even that like they're just cute. It's like so hard for me to like, you know, I love the little butterfly moment. I love the little like
butterflies in your tummy.
Yeah, but you know, I'm so excited, super chatty. Everything is just flowing so like rapidly, and I'm just like, let's keep it up. I'm like, I need to keep it up, and so I just get obsessed. Like last night.
Yes.
Like whenever I see someone I really like, I'm like, I need to know everything about you, head to toe, everything. I need to know what's going on, and then I feel like, okay, when are we getting married?
Yeah. Talk to someone on Tinder and then stalk their Instagram until 2014 and then be confused why they're not answering you at 3:00 in the morning.
Hey, they came to me, they messaged me.
Very true.
No, but I'm not a hopeless romantic, but I crush a lot.
And I am a hopeless romantic.
But like, do you think... I don't understand that. Like the idea of being a hopeless romantic. Like I can like be like, wow, I think this person's so attractive. Like I can like I said, I could be like crazy about them, but I can't be like, wow, I can see myself with that person. Like that's never happened.
I mean, I say I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm probably not really a hopeless romantic. I just feel like I really enjoy letting myself get lost in the fantasy and really like stewing in it and being like, oh my god, like we're so cute, so perfect, we're holding hands, we're going on dates, all of that, like, but I'm not. I'm not thinking about
Do
wedding
you-
bells.
Do you think it's hard for you to get past like the 3-month honeymoon phase? Like, are you like chasing that?
It used to be really hard for me. Like, when I was younger, I remember before understanding that, like, the 3-month honeymoon phase was a real thing, being like, why don't any of my relationships last longer than 3 months?
Yeah.
But now being a little older, like, I get it. And I definitely, like, most people I talk to now, like, it's more than 3 months. Like, it's
Yeah.
at least, like, a good 6 months to, like, a year plus type situation now.
So for me, like, I feel like after the 3 months,
You are a little bit more in the 3-month honeymoon phase, I feel like.
yes and no. I think like after I give it 6 months. I give like every relationship 6 months. Like some people give it 3, some people give it a year, whatever. Me personally, I do 6 months. And that's when like I write it out to a point where I'm like, okay, what do I want from this? Like, am I gonna do another 6 months of this? Like what's like the, like I think ahead a little bit. And that's when like, if the feelings are too strong, I don't know, like I just don't know what to do with them. I'm like, this is overwhelming. Like if it's too intense or like if it's not going anywhere, it's easy to let it go. But like, I'm just not in a place in my life where.
I will say, like, I think that you feel your feelings much more intensely than I do, and that's why you, like, can't let yourself get lost in the fantasy as much as I
no,
can.
I can't.
Because I can really, like, turn it off and turn it
How do you
back
do
on
that?
again. Easy, like, just who I am. But I feel like for you, like, you are, like, you feel things really deeply and
Yeah.
you cannot like control your emotions. So for you just being like, I'm gonna totally fall head over heels in love with this person for like 6-9 months and then never think about them again, like that's not really possible for you.
Right, which brings me to my number one topic of discussion is friends with benefits being overrated and me thinking it just doesn't work out. Like for me personally, like I always think it's gonna work out. I'm like, you know what, this is perfect. Like no, there's no ties, there's no like feelings involved. We're just hanging out, like hooking up, yada yada. It never ends on like it's not that it always ends on a bad note, but it never ends on like we're both at the same, like there's always something like going on with it. Like there's nothing like it just never works for me, pretty much is what I'm saying. Like it just never works out. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the whole like concept of friends with benefits though like is kind of doomed to fail. Like because like it's a temporary thing. Like if you're friends with benefits with someone for like an extended period of time, like if you're friends with benefits with someone for like 2 years, like just be in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But it's like how, like, what if you're in that situation? Like you're with someone for a year and like y'all are just not claiming each other. Like would you just? Like,
I would never be in that situation. like I would 100% have the conversation of like. I mean, for me, usually like I have told you in the past, like around the 3-month mark of me not sleeping with anyone else, like I just give them a heads up, like, hey, like I haven't slept with anybody else in X amount of time. Like, where are you at? If neither one of us has banged anybody else in a year, we're dating. Like, even if we're not having like the conversation about it, like. You're my boyfriend.
But what if they're talking to like other people?
Well, then yeah, like that's a different situation. Like if we're both talking to other people and casually hooking up, like I wouldn't call that a friends with benefits though. Like you're like a fuck buddy.
Okay, so but what if y'all are the only ones like having sex with one another, but you guys are both talking to other people?
Come on, like you know me, like that's not. If I'm talking to other people, like I'm sleeping with other people.
Oh damn!
You know, like
I don't do that.
And for me, like if I was like consistently like sleeping with someone, hanging out with them, going on dates, like I wouldn't necessarily like feel need or desire to like be talking to other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like even with my last little fling, I did not want to be like talking to anybody else. Like we were just like
The last little fling that's still going on.
yeah, this is
With the same name, same sign as the last person you hooked up with.
well, we're separated by an ocean right now, so it's different.
It's long distance. Hey, would you call
It is not a long distance
I was gonna
relationship.
say, but you call them. You don't want a Tamagotchi.
And I don't have a Tamagotchi. We just text occasionally.
Do you think all long distance relationships are like doomed to fail?
I don't think so. I think that if you have like a really strong foundation, and I think if you have like the right personality and mindset for it, like you can totally make it work.
What do you think it takes for a long distance relationship to work?
Commitment, definitely. Like you have to really like want to be with that other person, and that's why it wouldn't work for me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you hear about these people who they've been married for a while.
Mm-hmm.
One of them gets a job somewhere, the other one can't leave, so they do like we have friends who do that. You know, like they both travel for work. They're both like always going all over the world independently. Somehow they make it work, but like if I was only seeing my spouse like once every 2 months, like I wouldn't love that.
Yeah, it'd be hard to keep it going. I mean,
Yeah.
I tried.
We both tried.
Yeah. And I think as much as I could say it was like not the best experience, like it really was like a learning experience because I did have like the commitment. Like I didn't have a problem with that, like on my end of things, like being committed to them.
I mean, yeah, like when I was trying to like make a long distance relationship work, like fresh out of college, I definitely was committed. Like it's not like we were like cheating on each other, but like
it's like why are we doing
doing
this?
this?
Like
yeah, exactly.
And like with COVID and everything, you were like when is the next time I'm gonna see you? So
see you,
yeah.
exactly. Like we had no desire to live in the same area. Like wanted very different things. So yeah, like what's the point?
I agree. What else is on your?
So totally different topic.
Okay, moving
Totally
on.
different topic. Exactly, moving on from boys. I feel like for the first time in like a couple years right now, I am actually like kind of excited about fashion.
Okay.
And like what I'm seeing. Yeah, like I feel like the last fashion week, I was like, okay, like this is really cool. Like I still think a lot of it is kind of like ugly. Like I don't love this 70s revival thing. Like I don't love all the leather. I don't love a leather jacket. I need to buy one because it's super in right now, but like I think they're kind of ugly. But like we're moving in the right direction again.
I think leather jackets are like kind of timeless though, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just like it is not my
It's
look, my
definitely not your
aesthetic.
look.
It's not my style.
I feel like it's like more my look than your
I agree.
look. Yeah.
I agree with that.
But I do like think it's timeless. I think there are pieces that are like trendy and timeless. Like for example, like the Balenciaga sunglasses, like that like silver gray, like those big like
sports.
those are
trendy.
trendy.
Yes.
But like
I promise you, every one of you who is wearing those, you will look back at yourself in 7 years and be like, what the fuck was wrong with me?
But like jeans, timeless.
Yeah, but even jeans like boot cuts, like remember skinny jeans? Skinny jeans were so in, and now they're like, you look at people like they have 3 heads when they're wearing skinny jeans.
What do you think, like examples of trendy and like timeless like pieces?
I do have to say, like, for my own personal style, like, I really do try to go more, like, classic and timeless, you know, like, I feel like my look is, maybe not, like, preppy, but, like, gay, artsy preppy.
No, but I just meant, like, with the majority, like what pieces do you think like are timeless and what do you think are just like trendy for the moment? Like for example, like I'm trying to think.
Okay, like I will say like I do love the classic button down look. Like I think like a white button down is always gonna look
Okay,
good.
yeah,
A pair of
I
blue
agree.
jeans.
I agree.
Like I do kind of like a V-neck sweater. I'm not a huge fan of V-neck shirts.
Oh, I
But
don't
like
mix.
a V-neck wool sweater, wool sweaters anytime. The pattern is gonna change, and maybe like the cut a little bit, but
You know
yeah.
what I'm happy that's like kind of like leaving a little bit? The big like the dad sneakers, like the big blocky like
Yeah.
sneakers. Not into that.
Really,
No.
I was into it.
You were into that?
I definitely had some dad sneakers,
Like the super blocky ones?
like not Balenciaga triple S level,
yeah, I
but
didn't
like
like those.
I definitely had some like chunky
Mm-hmm.
sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually brings me to like another topic I wanted to talk about, which is I need a new shoes so bad. Like don't, because I feel like you're right. Like the dad shoe is like phasing out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's gonna replace it though, and so I don't know what to buy.
Ooh. I
You
don't
know?
know either. Just based off like your like to match your style and everything.
I am really tired of the white sneakers.
Yeah.
Next time we go out on
I
the
don't know
walk-
how you wear white sneakers because like anything white I get dirty.
Oh, I mean, look at the shoes I'm wearing right now, like filthy and falling
Literally,
apart.
no,
Like,
no, so bad. But yeah, there's a lot of things that people, I don't know. I'm like, see, I'm so not a fashion guy. Like personally speaking, like my style, but like I admire fashion so much.
You're-
but like me,
you're
it's
into
just like
fashion.
yeah, but I'm like jeans, t-shirt, sneakers. But so it's like not my place to like judge anyone's outfits. But I think I come from a place of judgment when someone has the access to like high fashion and like is trying to be like braggy about it and then like picking the worst pieces
outfits,
like that's
yeah.
when I get a little judgy and I'm like what the fuck like
Yeah,
you
like-
have the actual access for thousands of dollars of like clothes and like you literally pick the most obnoxious things just to say I have it like
no,
I'm
like that
you
is
know.
what I kind of like. Why I'm saying I was not super interested in fashion for like the past couple years or like seasons, whatever you want to call it, like because I do feel like a lot of the really like a lot of stuff was super ugly.
yeah
Like
the Versace print
the
you know what I'm
Versace,
talking
yeah, the
about?
loud
I
Versace
hated
print.
that.
I hate it. The Gucci, like all of the collabs,
Yeah.
like the Mickey Mouse, the all of that, like
Oh my gosh, I remember I went to Dover Street Market and they like all of Gucci was like Disney inspired
Disney,
and I was
exactly.
like, who's wearing
Who's-
this? I'm
exactly.
like, what the fuck?
exactly. And again, like Balenciaga, like everything being so oversized, like the Rick Owens, like it doesn't look good. Like baggy, shapeless, like, and I do feel like we're kind of going in like the opposite direction with like Skims and like shapewear and like
Like form
form fitting.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it looks really like I feel like a lot of like Kim Kardashian's clothes look like something that came out of a Black Mirror episode, and it does creep me out a little bit.
Well, I think there's still like athleisure is still a thing. Like it's still a continuous
Definitely,
thing.
athleisure is here to stay. I think.
For a while because people
Yeah.
are maybe not in Europe as much.
In America,
In
people want to
America.
be comfy.
People want to be comfortable.
People want to be comfy and let you know that they're rich while they're comfy.
They're like these sweatpants. Yeah, they're $5,000.
That's what I was telling you though. Is like here, like people do not wear sweatpants
Here in
out.
Europe, by
Here,
the
yeah,
way,
we
yeah.
were yes.
Yes.
In Europe, like people do not wear sweatpants out. You are not like you're maybe seeing hoodies a little bit, but like no one is wearing Lululemon leggings like
Right.
out to the store. Like people would not be caught dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I approve. I appreciate.
So another thing I wanted to talk about was, this is obviously these are all off topic, but I think the way alcohol is legal shrooms should be legal.
I'm gonna take it one step further and be like, the way alcohol is legal, like, I kind of think all drugs should be legal. Like, you know, I get that, like, drugs are dangerous, and we should, like, there's a lot of negatives that come with it.
Yes.
But I do feel like a lot of the stuff that, like, makes alcohol or makes drugs so dangerous and so, like, destructive is how illegal they are. And if you could buy, like, cocaine at the pharmacy and know that it actually came from, like, an FDA approved factory and you didn't have to worry about, like, fentanyl and baby food or, like, baby aspirin in it, it would, a lot fewer people would die.
Yeah. Well, I think the point, I don't know. For me, I don't do, like, harder drugs. So, but I think with psychedelics, like, I don't know, like, I think natural things, like, I'm all about that. Like, I think I get weed, I get shrooms, but, like, it's not that, to each their own, whoever does whatever, but, like, I do think it's, like, high risk and, like, really dangerous to, like, you don't know what you're getting.
Well, and that's why I'm saying, like, if these drugs were legal and you did know what you were getting, it would be, like, such a game changer, you know?
Yeah.
If you didn't have to worry about, like, because, like, the way cartels make drugs is crazy, you know, like, gasoline and, like, acetone, all of this shit, like,
right.
Back in the olden times when this stuff was legal, like, it was a chemist who was using actual proper, like Walter White in Mad Men. He made the best meth because he knew what he was doing and he wasn't using, like, the shake and bake method or whatever they call it.
Right. Do you have any...
Actually, on the topic of Walter White and Breaking Bad, movies versus TV, what are your thoughts?
Ooh. I'm really not a movie guy. I wish I could be a movie guy because I think some movies are, you know, I've definitely watched movies and I've, like, had some, like, I've had a moment, like, it brings out an emotion, but it's only because, like, someone sat me down and was like, you need to watch this. And, like, for the most part, it's, like, people don't recommend me movies because, like, I'm not a movie guy. It's so hard for me to, like, sit down and, like, pay attention, and, like, I only watch movies, like, with people. Like, it's so hard for me to sit on my own. So for me, like, I can binge watch TV. Like, if I'm into a show, it's with everything. I'm obsessed. Like, but I'm like, reality TV. Like, it's just, like, shows like that. You do love
reality TV.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I was so into Love Island. Like, me and my friend Dare,
friend of the pod.
Yeah, his friend of a pod. We really got into Love Island, and it just felt, like, so real. Like, it just felt like, because you couldn't be fake on the show. Like, I feel like with most reality TV shows, that, like, of course they're gonna edit and, like, do all these things and, like, push them to say this, push them to say that. And yes, on Love Island there was moments where it was fake, but for the majority it's, like, almost an hour long each episode, and, like, following them, like, hour by hour by hour, like. And if you were fake, like, people would literally call you out. Like, the live audience would be like, we don't fuck with them, like, kick them out. Like, and I just thought it was so, like, I don't know. I thought it was, like, funny. I thought it was, like, I got really into it. Like, me and my friend, we, like, ate that shit up. Yeah.
I go through, like, phases with reality TV. Like, I was super into Survivor for a while. Like, not anymore. I like Real Housewives. I was super into. I can watch, like, 3 to 4 seasons of a reality TV episode or a reality TV show, and then I just, like, I get bored of it. Because it is, like, it is kind of the same thing again and again every season.
Oh, 100%.
I do think it is really interesting, like, the human dynamic and watching, like,
I'm, like, psychologically, like, breaking these people down.
Like, I, like, fully psychoanalyze these people. Like, especially Real Housewives, I was the worst about that. I'd be like, oh my god, like, this is what Kyle, like, she
Yeah,
needs
what
to
is your
work on-
favorite Real Housewives like what is it, seasons or like different places?
I've only ever seen New Jersey, and
Who are your top 3 housewives and why?
that's a really good question. I have to say I love Kyle. Like,
Really?
she's so boring. From Beverly Hills.
Really?
She's my favorite. I love her relationship with Mauricio. Like, she is so boring, but like, she's the most real in some ways. Like,
I don't think so. From
No,
what I know,
like-
I don't know all of it, but like how she handles, because she's her sister's.
Yeah, I mean, her sister.
How she handles that is like kind of messy.
I disagree. Like, I totally think that, like, having an addict in your family and, like, because, like, that's your sister. Like, you want to support her. Like, you don't want her to be, like, homeless on the streets or, God forbid, dead. Like, you want to, but you don't want to enable her. Like, it is a really difficult balance. And, yeah, like, I like Kyle because, like, I feel like she's my mom. If my mom was, like... fucking loaded and crazy.
Okay, who else do you like? Top 3.
Top 3.
Out of
that's a good
Jersey
person.
and...
I do not like any of the Jersey
You
ones.
like Teresa?
No,
I
do
only
not
know like
Teresa.
I only like watch the highlights of these like fights and reunions, so I don't know like in depth. But like the New Jersey fights are so intense. Like I watched like the whole, you know, her fighting with her brother, like the way they talk to each other, and like she's flipping tables and like they're like at a christening and they're like screaming at each other like crazy people, and like I'm like, how is that real? Like literally, how is that? Like,
yeah, but that's the thing is, like, I don't think it's real. Like, I think that especially not everybody on the show, but like I do think that, like, my conspiracy theory is each one of these shows does have characters on there who are, like, working with the producers a lot more than the others. Like, I do think Teresa, she and the producers are like, okay, let's do this. Let's get this reaction out of these people.
The star of the
like,
show.
Yeah, like, I would say Lisa Vanderpump is fully like that on Beverly Hills. She's the one who, like...
she's like the mastermind.
Andy or whatever his name is.
You don't like Lisa Vanderpump.
I do not like Lisa Vanderpump.
Why is that? Explain.
I just... Like, I'm not interested in her. You know? Like, she seems so annoying. No, let me...
No, go in.
Let me just
This
say,
is the space for it.
She's the kind of person who, like, if I interacted with her in real life, like, I would lose my mind and go off on her because she just plays so dumb and, like, is so gaslighty. She fully, like, she is such a big pot stirrer.
Do you remember, like, a moment or, like, an episode where you were like, I don't like the way she's acting?
There's a lot of ones where, like, she'll do something, like, one of the seasons, like, well, many of the seasons, she and Kyle are fighting, and they're having their little proxies, whatever, like, oh, well, so-and-so said this, and so-and-so said that.
Yeah.
And Lisa would be like, oh, I never said this, like, I never did this, I'm not doing it, and I'm like, yes, you are, like, we all have seen it, and that's what I'm saying, like, I would love to be on that show because I would fully be like...
Imagine you were host.
Oh, I couldn't be the host. I couldn't be the moderator because I would be too much like, you're lying. Like, you're lying. Like, here's the receipts. Like, I would lose my mind.
No, if they had a live audience, it'd be perfect because it'd be like questions from the crowd, and then you'd be like, why do you lie so much?
No.
Like, what is good? What is good with you?
Yeah, God, who are my favorites? So I said Kyle. I do like Erica Jane, like, for the gays.
Do you like Brandy?
I do.
She's problematic.
Brandy is problematic.
Like I said, I only know that she's problematic.
Brandy is another one though where I'm like, I would lose my mind. I'd be like, you're so messy. You're doing all this shit.
I think I like looked up her sign because I wanted to know why she's a psychopath. She's a Scorpio.
Really?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I would fully be like, why are you doing this? Like, you're causing... That's why I couldn't go on these shows. I would be like, you're causing so many issues. Why can't we all just get along? Why do you have to
not
cause...
gonna get the views up. That's not gonna get the views
Exactly.
up. That's not gonna get the views up.
I do also like Taylor. Like, she had such a like horrible storyline, and
Who's Taylor?
she's from one of like the early seasons.
Okay.
But no, she's a queen. She has one of my favorite quotes ever. Her therapist told her, conflict does not need a winner and a loser. It needs a resolution.
Okay.
I live by those words.
Real Housewives is changing your morals
literally, like,
and your philosophy on life.
Yeah, I think that it's so true. Like, when you have a disagreement with someone, there does not need to be a winner and a loser. You just have to come to some sort of like agreement.
This is like based off TV, but like a little off topic is I missed that show Jackass. Like, have you ever been into that show?
I was never into that show.
Oh.
No.
I mean, it was such a dumb show, but it was like it was really funny.
It was funny.
You need to get it. We'll have a moment where we get into that. Yeah. But like, there's a show True Life or like Real Life or
Oh yeah.
and Real World where
Yeah.
they put like I was so into that.
No. Growing up, I never watched reality. It wasn't until my senior year of college that I like was living with people who were super into reality TV that I like got into it.
I think I got you into the Jersey Shore.
I'm sorry to say I can't.
Well, you didn't get into it, but like
because
we would put it on.
We would watch it.
Yeah.
But freshman year roommate, the one who you know.
Freshman year roommate.
Nick?
Yeah.
Beep. He was so into Jersey Shore, and we used to watch Jersey Shore together all the time.
It's such a northeast
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I can't watch that show because I do not relate to any of those people.
I think it wasn't even... It's sad to say that, like, I feel like people would literally just watch them to make fun of them.
Oh,
like,
100%. 100%. That is one of those shows where people would watch it and be like, thank God I'm not that person.
And they were, like, so famous.
Yeah. I mean, there's still, like, Snooki. She's still a housewife. Everybody knows
Imagine Snooki's a Real Housewives of New Jersey. They should put her on.
I would watch that. I would watch the
No, they just,
shit out
like,
of
drag the shit out of, like, the Jersey Shore, like, franchise instead of just put her on Real Housewives. Like, imagine JWoww and, like, Teresa, like, fighting.
Oh.
I
would
that
watch
would get the views up.
That would get the views
That
up.
would get the views up. Did we just, like...
Spin-off? Yeah, no, like...
Should we talk to, what is it, Bravo?
Bravo. Get Bravo on the phone.
I also can't believe... So, I was in LA with you. When we passed by...
Abby Lee Miller.
No, not Abby Lee Miller. Vanderpump Rules' restaurant.
Oh,
I still can't believe they made a show about that. Like, that place. And, like, all the waiters and shit.
See, that's something I watched.
That show is messy.
I watched a couple episodes.
It's stupid.
I can't because I'm like, you're all treating each other like
garbage.
Absolute garbage. Why can't you just be nice, decent human beings?
They're like all like crazy people.
All crazy people.
Yeah.
It's constantly, oh my God, like
you're fucking this
you're
one, this
fucking-
one's fucking that, like fucking that one. It's
you're
like
cheating. This one got arrested.
Yeah,
You're
like-
like, oh my God.
no, I can't handle that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like for specific people, and that's why they get on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, I like the competition reality TV shows, like, a little bit more just because it is, like, I do get, like, the cutthroatiness of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Drag Race. Like, I don't watch Drag Race the way that I used to, but...
When did you stop, like, watching all of that?
I think, like, season 9 or season 10 was the last one that I watched. Because it just, like, it got so big, and it's for straight girls now, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, I heard, like, a lot of, like... Or... I mean, I've watched, like, it's the same thing. I watched snippets. I haven't watched, like, a full season or, like, full episodes. But I've heard, like, a lot from... Or I see things online from the like the drag community, even like Violet Chachki, who
Oh, yeah.
I fucking adore. She's like, this is not for.
Well, I mean, like
they're not helping. Like,
no, I mean, I hate to say,
they're like
but,
exploiting them and stuff.
The number at this point, like the number one demographic who watches Drag Race is white women 18 to 42.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like young adult white women
Mm-hmm.
and their moms, which like cool, you know, like happy for the support, I guess. Like
this
thank
is
you,
what
but
it
like,
wasn't for.
yeah, like it's not for you. Like I mean, like
when did you start seeing like a shift in like?
I would say season. Like it got so much bigger and bigger. Like from when it first started to like where it is today, like so huge, and like mad respect to RuPaul for like bringing that into the mainstream and like you know making it so much more normalized and so much more accepted. Like I do think it was like a force for good, but I do think season 10 after Aquaria, do you know who that is?
I like maybe yeah.
New York girl, but like I feel like she just got so big, and then I also think like Trixie and Katya like having their own show. They were on Vice, like it's so my sister watches, like we watch it together, but her and all of her straight girlfriends like
Really?
they watch every episode.
No way.
Yeah, like which is cool.
Yeah, which is
again,
cool,
like
yeah.
you know, it's a fun thing to like bond over because same. But like
But it doesn't mean as much as
it's
it used to.
it's not for us anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like I think I might have told you like we have these friends back in Texas who like rural Texan, like long time huge fans of Drag Race. Like they watch every episode. They go to the like Work the World tour every year, and it's like again like thanks for the support, but like you're a 50-year-old housewife and her like 25-year-old daughter like I feel so like I don't know, gatekeepy, but like drag used to be subversive, you know, like drag used to be like edgy and like not the thing that like the stay-at-home moms would be going to on their days, like on their weekends.
I know. I think I agree with that. I think like it used to be like not everyone's like little secret, but like it used to be more like personable.
Well, I mean, it definitely used to be like for like by the gays for the gays. You know, like it was like different. It was like. I mean, you've seen Pose. Like, you remember when Aaron Peters'
I forgot about
character...
Pose. Pose was so good.
Yeah, like, when he goes to the ball, like... And I do think that drag, like, because of RuPaul's Drag Race and the way it has, like... It's become, like, a lot more, like, safe. Even watching, like, some of the earlier seasons, like, people were, like, pushing the boundaries so much more. And, like, the outfits, the costume, the makeup, like... It was like way more nightlife-y. It was really different, and now it's sort of like it's very like Instagram.
Who are your faves? Like, who's your top 3?
I do love Katya. Katya's like one of my all-time. Violet Chachki, I love too.
Love her.
Queen.
Ecuadorian queen.
I liked Milk. Like. On the show, I thought they were really cool.
Milk? Who's that?
It's like another one of their.
Oh, okay. I'm like, God.
No.
Oh, okay. It was like,
Milk.
Okay.
No.
That's different. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, fake fan.
No, literally.
No, like gay card revoked.
No, literally.
But I don't know, like their personality not that great. I like Bianca Del Rio. I like. Oh, Pearl has my personality, so that's why I love them.
I need to see them.
We should watch it. I'll get you into it.
We renewed the gay card.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna edit out this little like awkward break, I guess. But
No, it's fine.
You're right, it is.
It's a little natural
It
moment.
is. Exactly. Catch your breath.
Yeah, catch your breath.
Exactly.
We're learning along the way.
Exactly. This is a learning process. Speaking of learning things, I really need like a hobby. I think like I wanna get into something.
We're talking about like ceramics.
No, literally like pottery.
I mean, I was making hand movements and I was like, I already do that. I was like, damn.
Oh my god.
No, I want to be like I love those like. I'm a little jealous of those like ceramic pottery bitches because they look like they're like just chilling out. They put on their like little AirPods and they're like
a J.
Yeah, and they're just like slab it and like they're like they're like here's a vase, here's a bowl. I'm like that looks cool. How do they fucking do that shit?
I see so much like DIY stuff on Instagram where I'm like, oh my god, like DIY home decor, and they make it look so easy. I'm like, I could do this.
And then you start doing it and you're like
oh my god, no, literally like I saw this person like painting, because I also like I read gay, but like I read a lot of like interior design stuff, like, you know, Architectural Digest, whatever.
Put you on.
Hey, yeah.
Shout out to Emma Chamberlain's house. Literally love her house so much.
But
sorry.
They were saying like, oh, like painting your radiator is like a really like simple thing to do that can like make your apartment, like make your living space like a little more interesting and a little more exciting. And already I'm like, when I get my apartment in France, like I'm gonna paint the radiator. I'm like, no, I'm fucking not. You know, like
that paint, you'd buy the paint, it would sit in the corner of a room for like months.
And then I would throw it away.
Yeah, you'd be like, why did I get this paint?
Yeah, no, literally, I would move out and I would be like, okay, well, I guess I never did this.
I think it's just because we get like so eager in the beginning. We're like, we can do this, and then we're like,
damn, like this is a lot of work. Same with all these people, like people who make their own bed frames, do the custom bed. I'm like,
I'm obsessed.
Custom furniture. I'm like, this looks so
Think
easy.
about the people who like build their own house. I have a friend. I envy people who do that or are good with art. Like, you have a skill that like, how do you do that? Like, literally, how do you do that?
One of my friends from like my old job, like she and her boyfriend are literally like building a house together. Like not hiring contractors, not like getting a house built. Like they are doing it themselves.
That's like so crazy. That's amazing.
And she's showing me pictures, like it looks dope. It looks so good.
And us, we're just like, how do we like build a shelf?
Like how do we build a shelf? How do we cook chicken?
No, how do we put cheese on bread without burning it?
Like literally recipe for quesadilla.
No, but that's like, and I think, you know, rerouting to the beginning of the conversation with that person I met at the club, they're really good at art. And I, like, for some reason, that just, like, puts so much, like, sparks in my brain. And I'm like, I need to know how you do that. That's so cool. Like, talk to me about it. Because, like, he said something that was, like, really cool. That he's like, I love making art so much because it's, like, a world that, like, I have full control in.
Yeah, it's like a world of
and, like, no one can tell me anything. Like, any mistake, like, he was like, I'm full of insecurities and, like, imperfections. And, like, here, like, I just feel like I'm not. Like, I have, like, this is...
Vulnerable king.
Yeah, I was just like, love that for you.
Would never say that to somebody.
Literally. No, but he was just like, you know, I have all these things, but, yeah, like, this is just my world. And, like, you know, like,
I do think that is super cool. Like, and I think same for people who are really good writers, like people who can like write. And I guess you don't like fiction, so it's like not the same for you. But for me, like people who can like create a world basically of like their own imagination and just like
Like, how do you do that?
How do you do that?
Yeah.
You know? I could not. I live in my own
the
fantasy world
imagination is,
100%, but like
so intense.
I'm the main character. Like my life is this story. It's
But
not,
I wonder what influences that amount of imagination, or do you just like naturally like are gifted? And I'm talking about the people who are like really, really good at this, like really
you know,
are,
like Picasso or whatever.
yeah, not like someone who just like writes in their journal, which is also amazing. But I'm saying like someone who's just so abstract, someone who's like makes up things that like no one has ever thought of, like
before.
Yeah, I think that's so like crazy.
I mean, I think for a lot of these people, like it's a combination of just like being born with it, and then also like
Drugs. No, I'm kidding.
no, I was gonna say like dedicating their life to it.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, I think it's the same as Olympians, like not to like flex, like as someone who knows like many Olympians, like you have to be so single-minded about it, and like
But that's like that's your physical.
yeah, but I would say art is this. It's still like a skill that you have to like
yes and
work
no.
on, and
I feel, well, yes, I feel like I'm talking more of like the creative process and like imagination process of it. Like someone can, yes, like if you're really good at drawing and you like keep practicing and practicing, but like to have like the creative like perspective of like I'm gonna create something where like no one's ever done this before, like I just think that's like a crazy.
See, like, I hate to say this, but like I don't think that that's real. Like I don't think that there are things that like, not to be edgy, but like I am one of those people who's like, there's no such thing as an original thought. Like you take
Oh yeah, you take
and,
inspiration,
like,
but I think people create like their own.
Like I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But I do think that it is more of a case of really like being very open to inspiration and like looking everywhere for things that like like maybe haven't been done before, and saying like I see this thing that I like, and I'm gonna push it to the next level.
Yes.
You know? Like I think about like artists or musicians, like a lot of these things, like Picasso didn't like invent Cubism.
Oh yeah,
Like,
of course.
He did, but like,
And he put his own take on it.
yeah, like he was like really inspired by like African masks from the 20th, like the 19th and 20th century. Like he was inspired by like a lot of other artists and like stuff that was going on, and he just sort of like took all of these things like he thought was cool and was like, I'm gonna put all of them together to
And
make my
like
own
you
thing.
like they made their own thing by influences.
Yeah,
basically.
and same way like
With
he
music
went
and stuff,
he
yeah.
went on to influence other people. Yeah, like music, like Elvis. He was really inspired by like a lot of the other people who were making music, like a lot of like African American, like blues, soul, whatever. And he's like, I like this, like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna take it in a different direction.
I was also thinking of like Rosalia, she's newer, but like with the flamenco, she made it like reggaeton, flamenco, like
pop,
and like no one's
experimental.
ever
Exactly, no one's done that before.
So yeah. Well, on that note, finishing off the thing.
The pod, the first episode.
We did it.
Yes.
Episode. This has been like, you know, we've been talking about this forever.
Exactly.
We're finally making
it happen.
it happen. You know, sharing our little thoughts with some people.
Exactly.
Hopefully we get some people on
exactly, some traction. Make sure to like and subscribe.
it. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment.
Leave a comment. We love your feedback, and we will see y'all next week.
See ya.